Clayton Welwood here, Outreach Team Lead for the BC Libertarian Party. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about how in a crisis time like this, so we're hopefully we're kind of coming out of this COVID-19 pandemic, but the financial toll that it's taken, not just of course on individuals, business owners, people like that, but on lower levels of government, crown corporations, other sorts of public utilities. So this is kind of presented an interesting scenario. So we've had, just a few weeks into this crisis in March or early April, we had the city of Vancouver basically saying, we're going to be bankrupt, we need a bailout from some higher level of government. And that was really shocking to me because, property values what they've been the last several years in Vancouver. And they've property tax rates have gone up. So, you look next door at Burnaby, they've built up this massive contingency fund. It seems like the city of Vancouver has just spent all their money on, a lot of green projects and various initiatives. Some infrastructure too, but not that much. It's not like they've carved entirely new neighborhoods out of the hillside and are providing sewer and water and road services. So it's just interesting to me that you have a city like Vancouver that has said, we're out of money all of a sudden. And so what's the immediate reaction? Well, you go to a higher level of government to ask for a bailout. And there is a sort of a logic in that, because the way that our tax and revenue systems are structured, you have the vast majority of the money in Canada going to the federal level of government. Something like 2/3 of the taxes that we pay go to the feds. Then the provinces get another big chunk, maybe around a quarter. Municipalities are able to collect the balance of that. But it seems to me that the best way to structure this would be to flip that pyramid on its head, right? Have most of the funding be going to a more local level. And ideally, I would like to see that not all going through government, but to have public goods provided by civil society. So people paying for that out of, charitable contributions or out of memberships to voluntary societies or mutual aid societies. And this was really the case that we had in North America, the UK, Australia, 100 years ago or so. And many of the services, including healthcare, were delivered by these kind of fraternal associations. But the idea that most of the money collected stays within the community, and that's where the bulk of the public goods and public services are delivered. That makes a lot of sense to me, because that way those services can be customized for the people, for the region, and the people who are contributing to it and receiving those services, they have a much greater degree of control, right? It's able to adapt their needs. They're able to hold the people who are, holding those purse strings, hold them accountable in a much more significant way, because they're local. They might see them at the grocery store, rather than it being, some politician that doesn't care about their vote, 3,000 kilometers away, right? So I feel like if we can look at ways that we can structure our revenue system, our taxation system, to direct more funds locally and less to higher levels of government, hopefully it's going to put a damper on that reflex that everybody seems to have, that whenever there's a problem, the first thing they do is they go grasping to higher levels of government, saying, we need a bailout, we need subsidies, we need funding, right? Because then you've got people right across the country all clamoring for this big pot of money in Ottawa, or right across the province clamoring for the pot of money in Victoria. And not everybody can get what they want. So inevitably it makes politics more of an exercise in conflict than it needs to be. And I think that a more localized solution will ultimately result in a more peaceful political field. This is another way that public services could be delivered. So if that idea appeals to you, think about becoming a member of the BC Libertarian Party. We're looking for more people to be volunteers, to be candidates. And even if you're just curious about some of our other policies and what we stand for, check out our website, libertarian.bc.ca, or email us info@libertarian.bc.ca.